Rob, obviously a long trip for you on the way down to Dagenham today, a bit of a late one, doing this quite late at night, but how's everyone been on the way down? Obviously you stopped at Billericay for a bit of sort of training on the way down here as well, but how the boys faring, how's everyone kind of looking tonight?
Yeah, all good. It's really kind, Billericay, very good hosts, fantastic setup, so it's nice when we're able to travel and then train, it saves us time and just means that the day's not as long as it can be. But no, squad's in good spirits, some good singing tonight from some of the new boys, and it was enjoyable, and just looking forward to the game tomorrow. Obviously it's a tough one for us, we have a long day and then a long travel back tomorrow, but we can't really control that. We just got to look forward to the game against what is a very, very good team. We've had some really good results last couple of games, and especially attacking wise, it's going to be probably expect a lot of goals tomorrow, both from them and us, because they're very good in the forward areas, and yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but should be a good game. They play good football. I think Ben's done a brilliant job. They've really they've really evolved from last year. They've added really good quality, and we just need to make sure we're ready for it.
Yeah, you mentioned the game tomorrow, of course, a little bit of a later kick-off, which probably a bit of a novelty in this division, and for you really, I can't remember having a later kick-off really on a Saturday, but does that really change anything in terms of the preparation, or is it just kind of hanging around a little bit longer before you do go to the ground pretty much?
Yeah, it probably just gives the lads a little bit of an extra hour or two in bed, and then it just pushes everything back by a couple of hours. Obviously it's a long journey for the fans, it gives them more time to get down, but then on the flip side, getting home becomes a bit more awkward with the trains, etc. But yeah, nothing too different. It's a game of football at the end of the day. Whether you kick off at 7:30, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you still prepare the same way. And the one thing I have full faith in this group is that whatever the circumstance, home or away, they're always prepared and they're ready to go when kick-off happens. And yeah, I think it's just a case for us to carry on the momentum that we built over the start of the season. A different challenge coming. Played sort of Eastleigh and Barnet, very good teams at the top of the table for good reasons. Dagenham are the same, they're up there now, getting themselves going. And like I said, have real good quality in the forward areas, and we need to be able to negate that, and we also need to be able to punish them in terms of being a constant threat with the ball. So the best way to stop good attacking players is to have the ball and use it well, keep the ball away from our goal as much as possible and threaten theirs. So regardless of the time or the kick-off and that, we need to be at it tomorrow, because it'll be a tough day.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it in terms of Dagenham there as well. Yourselves not having a game on Tuesday, I suppose you can kind of flip it either way really in terms of yourselves having a bit of rest, but Dagenham got a good result themselves on the Tuesday, and so they'll be pretty keen to get straight back into another game and try and carry their momentum on. Yeah,
exactly. You can do it any way you want. It's really easy. It's cliches. No one's ever won games on a Saturday because the other team didn't play on a Tuesday, and vice versa. So I think we just need to make sure that we do bring energy, because that's a big part of our game. We're a high energy team, but we need to make sure we have control with that, and we understand how and why we work and where we get our success from. And I'm looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. I thought the Barnet game was really end to end. It went back and forth. There wasn't loads of control from either team, but the passages of play were really good, and obviously we edged it in terms of our quality and around the final third. But I'd like to see tomorrow us getting back to our consistency and our concepts, and understand why we've become a good team, and go and implement that against the good team away from home.
Yeah, and in terms of the injury front of the minute, one thing to update on the front with Kenton. Obviously he's been missing in recent games, so what's the situation with him at the moment?
Yeah, unfortunately with Kenton, he tripped on the ball, just random. We're not having much luck with injuries, and he's sort of taken his groin off the bone a little bit, his tendon off the bone in his groin. But Kenton's also had a long withstanding hernia issue, and I think a bit of that's also involved. So he's going to be out for a reasonable amount of time. So the decision was that we're probably going to get his hernia fixed whilst his groin's healing. It doesn't extend his time out, it just means that when he comes back he's in a better place than he was before. Kenton's an unbelievable professional. He looks after him so well. He looks after himself so well, and he's someone that's really set standards for us, not just on the pitch but off the pitch, about how professional you need to be in the gym, around the place. And we know that he'll be back and as strong as he possibly can be. We know that how hard he's been working to manage his body to get through this period, and unfortunately he's just had this injury which has set him back, but it allows us to at least try and make the positive out of it by getting his hernia sorted. He'll work with Fraser, who's obviously exceptional at what he does, and then when Kenton is back in a couple of months or so, hopefully he'll be stronger for it, and we'll see an even more improved Kenton, because he's just an infectious character, and he's been exceptional for us, and he'll be a big miss. But it's our responsibility, like we have done with Greg and Joe, to carry the team forward so that when he does return, the team's in a strong place and he can add to that.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of yourself, how you found on the illness front at the minute? Obviously, you weren't at the last game and kind of directed things from home a little bit, but how have you sort of been since then?
Yeah, better. I'll be honest with you, Jack. It's one of the worst I've felt ever, like in a long time. Like, I think you know me, to miss the game, I was devastated to miss the game. I had my operation last year, and on the Friday, and still drove to Hereford the next day on the Saturday, because I just hate missing it. And I tried a couple of times to get out of bed, it just wasn't happening. So no, I'm from a personal point of view, I feel a lot better. I still struggling a little bit, but no, all fine. But yeah, just looking forward to being with the lads, or just enjoying being with the lads. I forget how enjoyable they are as a group, and obviously the coaching team, and yeah, just trying to carry on that momentum that we built from the start of the season. And yeah, I have to say, it did make me feel better for a little bit when we won on Saturday, but then I think hopefully we can continue our form for this year, because it's been a real weird start to the season for us, considering the injuries and the amount of players that we've had to use already. But it is, I think it's probably the Gateshead way, in the fact that we've got young lads coming in on loan, we've got players stepping up who've been out and about, and who haven't had minutes, should I say. We've got players who've unfortunately we've had to miss out, and I think the culture of the group is the big thing that keeps our consistency, because even though sometimes we do lose players from that, we're able to maintain our standards through the culture that the lads have set. And yeah, hopefully that'll be the same tomorrow, and that's what I enjoy watching the most. I enjoy watching these young lads go out and express themselves and back themselves at this level to be successful.